Hello. What's up, everybody? How you guys doing? Need to get a tweet out pretty quick here, because, well, I'm late. So, you know what? Here's what we're going to do for the tweet tonight. I kind of forgot when I was going through Abyss that I still had these revives to claim. Whoops, I guess. So I'm gonna use this for the tweet. Give me one sec here. It's a little late tonight, not really so prepared. What I'm gonna do is I'm gonna use this. Need to crop this out real quick. Let's do that. Make a new one of these. Okay. Hold on. Give me one sec here, guys. Can't see anything in the chat right now. Hope my mic is on. Hope you guys aren't yelling at me that I'm muted. Okay, cool. And then what? There we go. There we go. Okay. Dearest at Marvel Champions. Forgot to claim these for the run yesterday. Whoopsies. Oh no! Leave. Okay. Tweet. Cool. Okay. Whoa. These all came in basically at the same time. There's three donations here, 3 super chats, one to the PayPal that all came in. I don't know which one came in first, so I'm gonna have to go with the highest amount in this case, which is gonna be Corey. Corey, I hope you know what's coming to you. Are you ready for it? Thank you, dude. All right, there was 3. I'm sorry if they all came in pretty much the exact same time. Easy had sent over 2 saying, "Did I beat Taylor Bost?" Taylor Bost is nowhere to be found today. Did anyone check on Taylor? Is he okay? Thank you, dude. Corey had sent over 3 saying, "Slap me, Grant." Done. And then Club Pelon sent over 2 saying, "Beaver, how the heck are ya?" Great. Enough about you. So I was thinking about you today when I came across a 6-star crystal. Guess who I got? The almighty Killmonger. I took him to the collector, and when I beat him clean and one shot, he said, "Tell BG happy birthday." Wow. Wow. Get yourself off mute. Okay, I feel like you're trolling because somebody said that I was not muted before. Is this all just a... Yeah. I see the mic's working, guys. Get out of here. Bunch of trolls. Okay. Anywho. Let's go do stuff, hey? Let's go do stuff. I don't even know what to do anymore, man. No, Brian, we can't hear you. I see it working, though. Alright, anyway. Let's go do stuff. Let's go hit the arenas. Our birthdays are very close. Shark, is it your birthday soon? Ooh. Alright. Enough of the trolls, guys. Enough of the trolls, please. I really have not had too much time for the arenas this round. This is a pathetic round of arenas. So we need to change that a little bit here at least. You know what? I'm going to start the other 4-star arena. The other 4-star featured arena, that is. Yeah. Here we go. Start here. I did pick up the tier 4 basics though, so I picked up the tier 4 basics today, and then yeah, I was just trying to edit some things, and the long streams take forever to process on my computer, and of course on YouTube takes even longer, which is why there's only 2 hours in case anyone was wondering. I already only got like 4 hours of sleep last night, so I'm gonna force myself to go to bed. Night, folks. Alright, Star. Have a good night. What would you get from 5-star Nexus? Got Domino? Congrats. I didn't pop mine yet. I'm not claiming the Nexus yet because I have things in the that would go in the overflow. Basically. So the Alliance War boosts are the biggest thing. And of course, you're the message that is spamming. Please don't spam anymore. It's pretty rude of you. Thank you very much. Sup BG, planning 100% Abyss soon? Well, I've got to collect some resources again. I don't know how long it's going to take me to 100% Abyss. Probably going to be some time. But I do need to 100% it, so. Brian, what do you think about this team for a 3-week-old account? Rank 4, 40 Warlock, Corvus Unawakened, 440 Dupe Aegon, rank 2, 5-star Void and Iceman. Dude, team sounds great. For a 3-week-old account? Got the dream team there, dude. Need to give my 4-star champ some love. Only have 7 maxed out and always get annoyed in the 4-star arena. Yeah, dude, the 4-star arena is awesome. The basic, when you have enough champions maxed out, oh, it's beautiful. But of course, they're pretty expensive to rank up. They don't really fit that well, in my opinion, in terms of like the cost if you compare it to like the 5 stars and everything. I don't think they need to change it, but I think the reason for that is I don't know, just probably just Kabam's philosophy back then. You know, keeping the 4 stars expensive for like maybe to slow down the progression into 5s or something like that. I'm not really too sure, but I don't know how you guys feel about this, but it feels like a more natural progression, at least going from like 5 to 6s in terms of resource cost. I don't know, maybe that's in my head, but yeah, the bottom line is 4 stars are still pretty expensive to rank up. I like ranking them up though. Ooh, I forgot to take that. There we go. Club Pelon sent over 169, just saying, nice. Club Pelon, thanks, man. Jay Metz also sent it over $1, saying, so BG, what is your plan for the future now after the first path of the Abyss being finished? Any thoughts on your rank ups either? Well, first thought is, the Summer of Pain is coming, so I want to make sure I can do the Summer of Pain because I'm assuming it's going to be a limited time thing. The donation sound is new, right? It's not new, it's just that I had it muted for a little while. There's 2 of them. The one I've had forever, it's like the default from Streamlabs for super chats. Sorry, I got sidetracked here. J Matt's, I'll get back to your question in just a sec. But yeah, it's the super chat one. This is like the default from Streamlabs. I never changed it. What I realized is like I was missing the other ones, so I had to come up with a different sound for it so that I knew to look. If there was like multiple at the same time, you know. So yeah, I changed it to a quote from Psych. In one of the episodes, Gus says, "The man loves beans." I figured, well, it's pretty true. I do love beans. I feel like if someone beats you in the tournament, let's say Star, for example, I get to put a facial mask on you for live streaming. No. No. No, no, no. I'm not agreeing to any of this right now. I will think about something maybe, but I'm not committing to anything while streaming. No way. Okay, anyway, back to your question, Jay. So yeah, I wanna kind of reserve some resources for the Summer of Pain to make sure that I can do the Summer of Pain. And I'll start thinking about Abyss Path 2 after that. I mean, we also have the boss rush thing going on right now, and we have Variant 5, and we have what's it called? We have the I guess just the mega boss rush. Oh no, never mind. I know what I was gonna say now. Dude, I was like, what was I talking about? I'm still a little bit fatigued from yesterday. But we have the Cavalier difficulty and stuff. To be honest, I don't expect any of this stuff to be costly or a problem outside of the Summer of Pain. Summer of Pain, I fully expect to require some resources to be used. But the other stuff, I don't expect to be too much of trouble. We'll see though. But I'm gonna knock out all that stuff first, make sure that I can do it all, and then make sure that I can farm up a bunch of resources. Hopefully I'm just farming units this whole time, right? Getting my units together, hop back into the Abyss, and yeah, it's got to get 100%. As far as rank ups, I'm still thinking about it. I am not committing to Invisible Woman at the moment. So okay, Exotic Stench, Shadow 15, Exotic Stench. Thank you once again, man. Saying, sup, brother. Hope you enjoy my round by round commentary, dude. It was awesome. Just launched a YouTube channel. If you could throw some love my way, dude. Everybody, if you guys were here yesterday listening to Exotic Stench's the intros for these champions as I was going up against him, they were pretty entertaining. So if you like to be entertained, if you like to watch things, if you like YouTube, if you don't like YouTube, then what are you doing here? But if as long as you like YouTube, then check out Exotic Stench's YouTube channel, man. I'm not even able to I used to be able to go to it just by clicking on the dots. I can't even go to it anymore. Like, YouTube took that away. There's only report, remove, put user in timeout, hide user on channel, and add moderator, and that is it. I don't know why they did that. Yeah, I can't even go to the channel at the moment. But you guys should definitely check it out. And I will check it out later. And dude, thank you very much once again, man. Definitely appreciate all the support. Tom sending over one of them New Zealand bucks with a sad face. Tom, why are you so sad, dude? What is this? What's happening? Hold on. Where's your message? Here we go. Brian, have you ever seen a crayon? It's quite colorful. Ah, jeez, dude. It took me a second. I'm like, I don't even know what a crayon. Son of a... Okay. 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 Boo. Christopher Cordova sent it over to saying Bridget Vargas, wake up, my love. is that someone with you now, or is that like a celebrity name or something like that? Either way, Christopher, thank you very much for the 2, man. Appreciate it. Thank you very much. Torch to rank 3 is a smart play for Abyss 100%, possibly MSD. We've got war season ending pretty soon here, so you know. BG, how'd you have that many revives saved up? Well, so the overlay, let me switch to the overlay real quick because I still have it in OBS here. I'm gonna make a video talking about it, but just real quick. So it says 99 revives, and I have like the, you know, the level 1 revives there, right? But it wasn't, that was just for simplicity's sake. It wasn't 99 of those. I did have a bunch of those. I had maybe, I don't know, 50 or 60 of them or something like that. It was a pretty good amount. Some of them were the level 2 revives. So if you think about like level 1, level 2s, just in my inventory alone, I had 27 because I had 12 of the level 2s only. Not counting anything in the overflow. Then I had, I think it was 11 of the poutines. And I also used a bunch of team revives that I counted for 3 each time I used them. It's really not that hard. I don't like farming revives. I don't like farming revives. I've tried it in the past, like repeating the same quest or whatever. Unless it's like an extremely broken situation where that one time they had it in Act 1. I think it was Act 1. And you know, I had no content to do at the time, so I didn't bother. But I think it was Act 1 where it was something like 10 energy and you get a revive, and it was like a guaranteed spawn, and people farmed up like hundreds of them. If it was that easy, sure, I would farm them. I don't like the quests though, having to run through the same quests over and over. It feels like it's not a good use of my time in this game. So I don't do that. I get enough revives just by not claiming things and just being careful with how I'm managing these things pretty much. Making sure that I do the 22-hour events every time. If I see revives on Marvel Insider and I think they're going to line up with when I'm going to do content, I'll grab those. I'm gonna try to time out Abyss Paths with like other special events that come along that offer up revives like poutine. We had a few of them, like the green events and stuff like that, but I was just letting all that stuff expire. So yeah, that's how I handle the revives. BG, you think Omega boss rush will be doable with 4 stars? I think anything in this game is doable with 4 stars if you have enough units, but realistically it's probably not going to be balanced around 4 stars. So unless you're really good at this game or just have a ton of units, it's not super high on the realistic scale. Jaden Alva sent an over 5. Jaden, thank you very much, saying, hey BG, do you think a little over 4 mil is enough to secure Domino from the arena? She's in the basic, right? Thank you for the great company every night while I grind. Jaden, thank you, man. Yeah, I'm sorry I didn't get cutoffs for both arenas. I meant to do it, like, I didn't realize it until after the first night, and then, you know, the last night I was just doing the Abyss. So, and I was like, I'm not gonna update it and reformat things for this one night, so I just didn't even bother. But Domino, yeah, and the Domino in the basic, dude, 4 million is overkill. If you're at 4 million, stop now. You're good. She's probably gonna go under 2 million to give you an idea. So you are completely safe. Completely safe. But dude, thank you very much for the 5. Thank you for keeping me company every night. BJ got Wasp as my first 6. She's gonna work great with my 5-star ghost. Nice. Wasp as a 6-star is great, man. Doesn't need to be awakened. Doesn't really need to be ranked up either, since you're mostly gonna be using her for synergy with ghost. But powerful powerful backup champion if your ghost dies, or if you just need someone different or something, you know. It's a great pull. Torch is a surprisingly good counter to a lot of fights. My unduped 6-star rank 2 has carried me through so many fights. But then again, I sold a bishop with both magic and torch, so it's okay. All right, so I was talking to some alliance mates about torch, and I have to double check and like replan things. Now that I have a bit more experience, it'll be a little bit easier to plan for things. Like especially the collector. I didn't even watch videos of how it went, which probably ended up costing me a bunch of revives. It wasn't until someone, I think it was MSD, that said it like towards the end, when said like the cooldown is on, or the unstoppable goes on cooldown, and because I was playing for so long, it didn't even hit right away of like, oh, I'm playing this totally wrong. I could have saved 10 revives easy. So, you know, now that I have that experience, I know what to expect. I can plan teams a little bit differently. I'm happy with the team I brought. I don't think it was that good. I'm still happy with it because I was pretty dead set on wanting to use Sabretooth and Sasquatch. But now that I have the experience, I would say I could have brought in a better team of champions just with the champs that I have. So, but it was fun. It was fun doing it. Those your rank 3 skills really well in Abyss. You must do a PG. Okay. All right, I'll definitely keep it in mind. I've got some more crystals to pop open soon at the end of this war season. Hopefully we get masters. This current war that we're in is looking pretty rough, and I think we need to win one more war this season. So I don't know. The short season really hurt us. Well, I mean, I shouldn't say it hurt us. Right now we're in 8th spot, I think it's 5th in Masters, but then of course the ranks 1, 2, and 3 that don't get counted. Anyway, the longer the season goes, the more likely we are to end in Masters. But because it was cut short by 3, there's a chance we can get knocked out of it still. Which is an entire 6-star difference between Master and Plat 1. So I'm hoping that we get Masters, and then I'll have 3 6-stars to crack open. With the compensation, I am somewhat close. I'm not super far off. Somewhat close to another 6-star as well. Oh, I still have to do the side event too. So yeah, I would have like 4 crystals to pop open. So there's still plenty of opportunity to awaken Aegon, or just pull other science champions that could help me as well. So we'll have to see. We'll have to see what happens. Honestly, man, give me a void. If I get and dupe void, I'd be so stoked. I wouldn't have the 6 stones, but I would maybe end up giving him the 6 stones over Omega Red. I'd have to think about that one pretty hard, but all right. Anyway, Ryan Reynolds sending over to Ryan, thank you very much, saying rank 2 6-star Guardian or 565 duped Sunspot. I don't know a ton about Guardian. Here's what I do know about him. His awaken ability is pretty important. So I don't think yours is awakened, right? Because you're only saying duped for Sunspot. And even if he is awakened, I think it is like he needs high sig level, I believe. Let's go examine him real quick. Guardian, I think I'm blind. Where is he? There he is. Okay. Yeah, sig ability. Yeah, dude, look at all that you get out of his sig ability. You get a ton more block proficiency, a ton of energy resistance, crazy bleed resistance, crit damage resistance. He just gains so much out of this. So I feel like if he's not awakened, the answer is probably going to be Sunspot, but I really don't have much experience with him to be able to tell you for sure one way or another. So you might need a second opinion on that, but I'm leaning towards Sunspot between those two. That Guardian will be there once you get him. Like, it's a great pull once you get him awakened and everything. Awesome, but for the time being, you'll probably get more out of that Sunspot, if I had to guess. But yeah, dude, thank you very much for the 2. Definitely appreciate it. Exotic Stench sent it over 10 saying, so may catch some flack for this. 5-star Nexus yielded me Thing and Sorcerer Supreme. Went with Awakening Thing since I have Sorcerer as a 6-star already. Thoughts? Ooh, thoughts? I'm getting wrecked by this Rhino. Oh, never mind, he's low. I mean, that's fine. Don't see anything wrong with that. I mean, either way is good. And yeah, Awakening Thing. I can't say for sure what I would have done in your situation, but I might have done the same thing. Thing's Awaken ability is pretty damn powerful, and if you already have the 6-star Sorcerer, you don't really need the 5-star. The champion scales a bit with Sig, but it's not crucial for the champion. And these, like, the marginal gains that you get from her Awaken ability, I think would be made up with having the higher stats of the 6-star version. So it's probably a good call. Dude, thank you very much for another 10, man. Definitely appreciate it. You were playing it wrong, but I didn't want to say anything at first because I felt bad. Oh no, dude, please. You never feel bad. Just tell me. Just tell me. I'm of the mindset of wanting to learn more than anything, you know. Dreamin', thank you for the raid, by the way. Welcome, Dreamin' Raiders. Do you have a good incursion run? Alright, Sally Boy sending over a buck saying, who can I use to take down Ant-Man 5.4.6? He is so annoying. There's a few I think champions that can deal lots of damage with few hits are really the best options. I don't know if you have an Omega Red, but a slow play with Omega Red and just doing heavy attacks to keep the spores up would be good. Stark Spidey is who I used at the time, where I built up poise charges and I just did heavy attacks, and that worked out well. I think Archangel, I can't remember if Archangel's good for that fight or not, but I think people used Archangel, and you just gotta get a little bit lucky with the Neuros. Quake can probably work, because Quake can work with pretty much anything. Same thing with Ghost, with the Hood synergy, I'm sure would also work. I don't know what power control options would work there. But yeah, those are some good options, at least. If anyone else has some champion recommendations on who you guys used for that fight. That Ant-Man is all or nothing, right? I think it's all or nothing, and is it buffet also? I don't know if it's buffet also. Void would probably be good if you're really patient and just don't hit very much, and just let the degen do most of the work, but that's might be a tough option. But yeah, give me some ideas at least. Hopefully I have one of those champions. Yeah, he's all or nothing and buffet. Okay. Torch could be good too, to reverse that healing. Cap Beardo, actually. Cap Beardo with, if he's awakened. You don't need the 5-star version or anything, like a 4-star. If you're able to awaken him and get the Despair Mastery and bring in a couple different class types to get all the different debuff types and stuff like that, that'd work too. I hope that helps, man. Thank you very much for the buck. Easy also sent it over buck saying, BG, little known Venom the Duck fact. Venom the Duck has twin sons who avoid the spotlight. Venom the Giraffe and Venom the Camel. Wow, dude. Kabam. Please add. Please. Please add. I don't know which one I want more. Probably Venom the Camel. But I wouldn't mind Venom the Giraffe either. You guys ever seen a giraffe fight? Like two giraffes fighting each other? It's wild, man. It's so wild. I wish we're on Twitch right now so I could just show a little clip from the Discovery Channel or something like that, man. Whoever records those things. They're just swinging their necks around like crazy, though. It is pretty wild. I feel like they'd be the same height as Sentinel. Be nuts. That's a good Venom of the Duck fact. All right, the Yapper63 sent it over to saying, hey BG, just pull the 5-star. Is that Quick? I'm guessing instead of Quick. Is that good? Well, if you like Quick, then yeah, Quick is one of the best champions in the game. So I would say that's good, man. And if you're not sure how to play her, there's some good videos out there. If you want to learn how to master the Quake style, do not look for the video on my channel. It is very outdated. Very old video before her play style was really known, before she got buffed and stuff. So yeah. I'm gonna figure out a way to update that. I don't know if I ever did. I don't know if I ever added a comment just saying like this is not good info anymore. I don't know. BG, how do you make golden soup? You just add 24 carrots. Oh jeez, Tom, why did I boo. Dreamin', your run went horrible? Oh no, dude. Are you guys out then? What's the rundown? I don't like, who's still in it? I know there was 4 teams, right? There was 4 teams. Is there still 4 teams? Who's left? BG, you're my favorite cam girl. Thank you. Like a pool noodle giraffe fight, basically. Yeah. It would be neck and neck. Wow. Stuck on Act 5, Chapter 2. Who is the best to help through 5.2? Which quest? It starts to get a little bit specific in 5.2. ABG trying to test out my 6-star Namor. Seems like he ramps up faster against bleed immune, even though his description says otherwise. Am I correct? Thanks. He does ramp up faster against bleed immune. Yeah. It might be a little bit confusing, but that is normal. So real quick rundown. Where is my Namor? The only time he does not ramp up faster is against robots. So it says here. Here we go. Namor generates 1 outrage whenever a bleed or stun debuff fails to apply due to an immunity, or whenever the opponent purifies a debuff. So, yeah, if you fail to apply that bleed, you're good to go, man. You will generate much faster. It's preferable. Namor's bleeds really don't do a lot of damage. So a lot of times it's preferable. It's a little bit weird with Namor because sometimes you want to delay your outrage gain. But most of the time it's preferable that you can't put the bleed on, I would say. But yeah, then this bottom bullet point, Namor does not gain outrage when failing to apply bleed debuffs to robots. He does not hold them responsible for their lack of blood. Just a little bit of class wheel flavor there, since the robots are tech, of course, and have the advantage. So that's all that is. Sub BG, Human Torch or She-Hulk rank up. Don't have a Great Mystic counter, but also don't have a champion to counter Evade and Unstoppable. Only have Cap Infinity at rank 565, Sig 120. Let me see. Yeah, I would. Oof, Cap he kind of handles both of those situations. I would probably lean more towards Human Torch, but just in the general sense, I feel like She-Hulk's a great champion, but I feel like there's certain things that Torch is just kind of necessary for compared to others. Whereas you can kind of find a replacement for She-Hulk if you don't have her, kind of thing. Whereas Human Torch, there's just certain fights where, I mean, you could find a replacement. Don't get me wrong. You can play this game. You don't need any one champion to play this game, but I feel like he makes them makes certain fights just a lot easier. So yeah, in the general sense, I'd recommend Torch. However, it's always important to rank for the content that you are completing. For example, if you're about to take on the 6.2.6 champion boss, Torch is not going to help you for that. Whereas She-Hulk is still a pretty good option for that fight. So in that case, She-Hulk will be better, you know? BG, should I awaken 5-star Human Torch or Cap, going for 6.2 and beyond with a Science Gem? Also have a generic. Should I awaken Nick Fury or save for Aegon? Probably Cap for 6.2 and beyond. But I would only do that if you have a lot of Sig Stones as well. Because if you can't get his Sig to a reliable state, it's probably not worth it. And you're probably better off just playing both of those champions unawakened for the time being. You don't need to max out Cap. Of course, it's better if you can max him out, but it's not required to have him maxed out to play him. It's just that you need him to be reasonably reliable with it. So I don't know. Let's see what 80% looks like on Aunt May. Let's figure this out. Son of a... There we go. Alright. Sig ability. Yeah, somewhere in the 140 range, I would say, is probably good. But the higher the better, of course. I imagine the times you need his awakened ability that you might even find yourself frustrated even at Sig 140. Because here's the thing. It's let's say you have him where it's an 80% chance, right? But you want to land multiple debuffs on a path because it's buffet or something, right? And you want to reverse that healing, so you want to stack lots of debuffs. If it's an 80% chance, but you're also landing 3 debuffs every time you parry, chances are one of them might miss, and that's gonna slow down your ability to get through the fight and stuff. Like if you go back to parry a second time, again, got a decent chance of at least one of them failing. You'd get through it for sure, but it could just lead to frustration, could lead to dying and having to use more resources and things like that. As for if you should use the generic on Nick or save it for Aegon, it's probably okay just to use it on Nick, as long as you're gonna, as long as you're gonna use him. I only say that because I don't really use my Nick too much at the moment. I don't regret awakening mine. I did use him when I awakened him, and I will be using him again in the future. But I waited until I needed to use him before awakening him. If you're someone who does not run suicides and always runs deep wounds and stuff like that, then you're for sure going to just want to awaken him and rank him up right away, because he'll be super strong for you. And if you're someone who is like me and runs suicides and doesn't really run deep wounds too much, then you could probably benefit from just giving it some time, waiting a bit until you need to use them. So hope that helps. You'll like it by the time you pull Aegon. Either you will get another, either you will have already gotten another awakening gem, or you probably won't have too hard of a time getting one, kind of thing, I'm thinking. All right, Big Red, what's up, dude? Santa number 5 saying, hello, Benjamin Garfield. Trying to catch up on your Abyss run. GG nonetheless. Thank you, man. Appreciate it, dude. It is kind of impossible to catch up on it anyway. If you wanted to check out any of the fights at the moment, YouTube is going to take a while to process that thing. So, it's probably... I mean, unless they just process it super fast, but usually, knowing YouTube, it's going to be at 2 hours only for a few days. But Big Red, thank you very much for the 5. Appreciate it, man. Just watched a video of a man robbing a store with a hammer. He then was pepper sprayed by the clerk and was beaten with a chair by an old man. Justice has been served. Dang, dude. Rip to the guy with the hammer. Wait, is that a joke going over my head? I don't think so, right? It might be. I don't think it is. BJ, are you gonna upload any tips for the Abyss soon? I don't know if I would call it tips. I am gonna upload a video just talking about my experience and if I would recommend Sabretooth and stuff like that. Talk about my MVPs. Talk about the biggest mistakes that I made due to lack of experience, basically. Yeah. I don't know. Maybe there might be a couple of tips in there, but that's what I plan on making. I mean, there is going to be one standalone fight that Lags recommended uploading, which is the Void versus Fix-It fight. Maybe I'll do the Venom the Duck one as well, just because it seemed like I did well there, and I don't know if people normally do those strategies or not. It seemed like a fairly obvious strategy to me, but maybe that's just because I use Void for everything. I'm used to looking for those strategies. So I don't know, maybe there's already videos out there doing exactly what I did, but if not, there'll be some more. Big Red sent over another 5 saying, clearly Killmonger MVP. One shot of that collector. Yeah. Hell yeah, dude. I'm gonna rank him up before I go back into the Abyss. That dude's getting ranked up. He deserves it. Not only does he deserve it, but I'm likely going to try to get him on the team if possible. I don't know if I'll always be able to do it. I probably won't. But if I can, it was nice having him. It was like, man, I really think that if I wasn't streaming, because sometimes I know people don't like to watch the Void fights. They're super slow. There's not a lot of action. It's mostly, I mean, there's a lot of action for me because I'm like dodging all those attacks and trying to like play it slow. But for the most part, people don't really want to see running away from the opponent. People want to see like big crits and stuff, you know? So if I wasn't streaming it, I feel like I would have used Void for even more fights than I did. I mean, I still would have wanted to do the Sabretooth thing just because it was fun. But if I was trying to save resources, I would not have used Sabretooth. I think I could have done it cheaper without him. And I would have used the Void for more fights, actually. So, yeah. That Killmonger, he legit was an MVP. Not even talking about just because of the killing blow thing. He was an MVP just because he healed up my Void so much. I don't know why I popped this special. I'm gonna die, aren't I? Oh, that healing. Saving me. God, who puts Infinity Man in the arena? Golf Swing took care of him, though. Big Red sent it over another 5 saying, oh yeah, before I forget, daily wig fund. Oh my god, the wig fund is back. Dude, thank you very much, man. Thank you, dude. I like big crits, I cannot lie. I hear you, man. I like big crits too. Yo, BG, 4 fights away from fully exploring Labyrinth. Nice, dude. Only 4 fights to go. Once season rewards hit, also I'll have 7 5-stars to pop. Really want Omega Red, Nick Fury, or Colossus. Do you think it is wise to wait for the skill Mutant Crystal or no? Absolutely, dude. Definitely. I would definitely wait. I still want to hear more info about it because I'm telling you guys, like, I could be wrong on this. All right, I mean it when I say we don't have, like, you know, sometimes the people in the CCP, we get info like a couple days before you guys or something like that, right? But we have no info, so this is all pure speculation. I'm thinking that there's going to be a cap on how many of those crystals that can be bought, and it'll just be on like a weekly cooldown, where, you know, you can buy 1 or 2 or something like that of that class type, and then if you gain more shards than that, well, pop open the regular ones or different class types. I don't know. So I don't know how Kabam's gonna do it, but it might be something like that. All right, just want you guys to not get your hopes up too high that you'll be able to, like, exclusively pop open just one type of crystal if you're saving up like 1,000,000 5-star shards or something like that. Maybe it is that way though. Maybe you can legit pop open 50 of a certain crystal just anytime you want if you have the shards. But we'll see. LT Pokemon Nation sent it over to you saying, is 6-star Symbiote Supreme good for 5.3 and 5.4? Absolutely, yeah, man. Symbiote Supreme's a great champ just in general. You probably won't use Symbiote Supreme for every single fight, but Sim Supreme's a great champ, especially if you can get some Mystic Dispersion. You don't necessarily need it maxed out, but the more points that you can put in there, the better. And yeah, doesn't need to be awakened. Powerful, just at rank 1. That'll be a great help to you in exploring the rest of Act 5. Some people told me that they use Sim Supreme for the final boss of 5.4, which I would say is the hardest fight outside of maybe the Collector. The Collector might be the most difficult fight in all of Act 5. But, you know, the final Ultron is no slouch either, so you'll have Sim Supreme as an option for that as well. Dude, thank you very much for the 2. Congrats on your good pull. Good stuff, man. Roboto, BG, I have the magic number of 6 stars. Now decided to see if I can get all the milestones in the 5-star featured by just running them. Currently just under 10 mil with 1 run left to do. Nice, dude. Telling you, man, it's the magic number for a reason. You should get there, or if you don't get there, you know, it'll be like just the slightest bit off or something like that. That's good, dude. That is good. Oh, wait. From Clobberin time here. Kabam on the class crystals. They'll rotate on a 2-day cycle. Similar to the old featured crystals. There will not be a direct purchase limit on them. This is from Mike on the forums. Dude, when did this happen? Because I've been saying this for the longest, and I kept asking people like if there was any updated info on it. maybe you said it. Maybe everyone was saying it, and I just missed those messages. If that's the case, well, I feel like a fool. But wow, okay. All right, so I'm wrong. There is not going to be a limit. Okay. I thought for sure, dude. I would have lost a lot of money if someone gave me the option to bet like $1,000. Well, I wouldn't do it because I'm cheap, and I wouldn't want to. The thought of losing $1,000, I couldn't do it. I couldn't bear it. But in a hypothetical situation, I would have bet some amount of money, at least. I would have put $1 on it. All right, that there was gonna be a purchase limit. I really thought there was gonna be one. Very interesting that there's not. Very, very interesting. Okay. Exotic Stench 1005 saying patiently waiting for Legends run times for July. You think Kabam has plans to change how to obtain Legends titles since Android can't compete with iOS? Probably not. Not in a way that would affect Android and iOS so much, at least. The loading times have gotten fairly competitive. You're probably still right though, that because of the slight edge of iOS. I think for Android, the realistic way to get Legends is in longer content, where loading time, that you know, that second or two edge that iOS has doesn't matter in something like Act 6, for example, where the difference between, you know, the top time and the 100th time is a matter of hours. In 6.2's case, it was like 24 hours or something like that, or longer. Wasn't it like a multi-day thing? Something like that. So I think that's the realistic option if you're not using the newest iOS device or something. So I don't think there's going to be a change between Android and iOS. However, I do think it's about time that Legends titles move to a different difficulty. To me, it feels weird having it be for Heroic and Master when we have these champions that literally can auto fight through Master. Like, you're not going to auto fight your way to a Legends title, but I turn auto fight on when going through Master with Omega Red, and he crushes it. Outside of like maybe the bosses or something, but yeah, it's. I'm surprised that it still is that way. I'm surprised it never moved on to Uncollected, and I don't know if they would necessarily jump it all the way up to Cav, but I don't know, man. It just feels weird is all, I guess. But anyway, dude, thank you very much for another 5. I hope you get it, man. Easy sent over another buck saying, note about Sim Supreme. I expect him to be great for Variant 5 since he's Symbiote and Mystic. Possibly. I think I'm dead here. I should not have tapped him. I was not paying attention to his power. But yeah, possibly. Could be good for Variant 5. Oh my goodness, 1%. And I've got an extra debuff on me. Please, I need to push him to an L1. Oh, I've got an L3. Oh, no, I tried to use my L3. Oh my goodness. Just use it. I tried to use my special when he used his. I guess I gained some power with Mystic Dispersion there. Whew. I have a feeling the champion pool for those crystals might lag behind the basic crystals, similar to how the 6-star champion pools feed into the basic 6-star. Oh, wow. That's interesting now that you bring that up, Clobbering Time, because, yeah. It seems silly to buy a featured crystal if you're targeting. I mean, I guess the odds are still better. Like, let's say you're targeting Doom when he was in the feature. A lot of people did that. People saved their shards, opened up a ton of Doom features, right? It's what, 1 in 24 chance for 15k shards. If you did that for the dual class crystals, let's say it's a 1 in 60 chance, but for 10k. Yeah, I mean, the odds are definitely better in the featured, but screw the featured, man. You lose out on, I feel like you lose out on a lot. Now I mean, there's also other champions that you could want in there. So probably still a case by case basis, but I don't know, man. It definitely, to me, the featured really feels bad when I so much so just want 6-star shards. There's limiting the amount of 6-star shards that I can get from duping 5s with the features. That feels bad. Whereas if you're targeting one champion, you're still getting the full amount of 6-star shards. You could use it as a strategy to push yourself to max sig crystals faster. If you let's say you just feel like done with 5 stars. You just figure out what class you have like the most max sigs or just the most sigs period, and you just go nuts in that class type exclusively, hoping for max sig crystals, just to push you for more 6-star shards. I don't know how many people would do that. I don't think that's a good idea for me. I will probably spread things out as I need certain things. I might even use those crystals as a way to get specific ISO. It's gonna be interesting. I don't think I have it all figured out yet of what my exact plan is gonna be. I could imagine some things, but yeah, I'll probably bounce around a little bit depending on what I need. But I can't really see myself ever popping open a regular 5-star crystal anymore. Outside of getting just fully formed 5 stars from completing content. So. ABG, long-time subscriber and fan. Sup, Garrett? Saying recently got access to my very first account from the first week of this game came out, and my luck has been amazing. Where can I send you screenshots? Twitter. Twitter is really the only way. I don't really mess with Discord much. I don't even know. I mean, I was about to say I don't even know if you could do that on Instagram, but I'm sure you can. That whole platform is about pictures, right? But I don't use Instagram. Line chat is exclusively for my alliance, because otherwise I'll miss important info from my alliance and stuff. So yeah, Twitter is where it's at. BG, you think they should remove some champions from arena rounds like Doom, Korg, Thing, Havoc, champs that need actual counters, especially if using rank 235 against 565? Mixed feelings. So the on the one hand, if these champions are removed from the arena, I can get points faster. We can all get points faster, right? On the other hand, this is a good way to practice against some of these more difficult opponents. I can't tell you how many times I've used an arena champion as a way to like actually practice against a champ. It happens with Doom right now. where, like, if I'm streaming, I'm just on autopilot, or if I'm doing something else while I'm grinding, it's almost always just like completely autopilot. But there are certain times where I'll notice, okay, I'm going up against a Doom. You know what? Let me push this Doom to a special 2 because I need practice evading it. And even on, like, even when I'm just in full autopilot mode, I knew I was gonna push him to that. Even on full autopilot mode, like, I don't know, I won't put my other hand on the phone, but I will be like, all right, let's practice this. Let's practice evading Korg's L1. He's not even unblockable. If I was playing him in war, I wouldn't try to push him to an unblockable L1, but in arena, sure, I'll try to evade it just to get that timing down. So I think there's an argument to be made that, yeah, it's good that these champions are in the arena. They'll make you better elsewhere in the game. So mixed feelings for sure. God, look at the differences in these fights. I hate fighting Nick Fury so much, but he is so much lower rating. It's half the rating of these other ones. But you know what? I hate fighting him so much. I'm gonna avoid it. We're gonna pick the hardest team in this. Ah, son of a Domino. I didn't want to fight a Domino though. Alright, I may need to pay attention for a minute here since I didn't pick the easy team. I should have just picked the easy team. That's stupid. There's also a really good chance. Alright, so here's something else about the easy teams in arena. I hate fighting Nick Fury, right? But there's a very good chance that because that Nick Fury is a lower rated champion, that Nick Fury is not awakened. And if he's not awakened, then I don't mind fighting him. It's the real Nick Fury that is annoying to fight. It's not his decoy. So yeah, I usually pick the easy matchups just because they save so much time. Since they're not awakened, they're easier to fight, lower chance of death, and I don't have to pay attention. But here, well, give me a minute, guys. The one nice thing about fighting the higher PI opponents, though, is they normally do, or there's a higher chance of them having suicides. So, if you're in a real pinch, if you get hit with a death match, sometimes I'll intentionally pick the highest PI team, just hoping that they have suicides as a way to get through the fight without having to do 700 hits. You can click on Nick Fury to see if he's awakened. Oh, good call. Never even thought of that, to be honest. Why didn't you activate your... Why is she not activating her thing? What the... Does she have a way to not activate her cooldown? I've never seen that before. Is that with the ghost synergy or something? I gotta look into Wasp. That was weird. That was very weird. Good evening, Dingoose. How goes it? What's up, Abdo? Congrats, you're clear, my dude. I fell asleep with Collector at around 20% or something. I'm so ashamed. Super dirty pickle. It's all good, man. Assassins? I don't have assassins, so that ain't it. Let me take a look at Wasp here. You know what? Let's go to Aunt May because I could see the synergies, and well, I could also keep playing in the arena. So I'm going to Aunt May, guys. It's just so much easier. Before I do that, though, Speed Up D sending over 2 saying, "I love you." Speed Up D, thank you, man. Appreciate the love and the support as always, man. Thank you, thank you. Wasp. See the sig ability. Additionally, the duration of the counter. No, that's not it. Not the sig ability. Check synergies first, because I've never seen it in War. Or in AQ, and I fight at Wasp in AQ all the time. Counter Sting is never disabled when Wasp is below 20% health. Okay. So there we go. There's the answer. Didn't realize that. I'm sure I've read that before, but it's the first time I've come across that in... Ooh, I don't know. Long time, probably. Pixie Bell with the clown wig me, best emoji ever, Baldy. Well, you can thank Laura for that, and Kat helped. It was Laura's idea. Check Twitter? Sure. Check it out. I think this is you, right? Finally some luck out of the compensation, crystal shards, and nexus. Wow, dude. Talk about mega jackpot. I'm guessing you picked up Storm, right? You guys all seen the new Storm buffs they just leaked? Best champ in the game? Just kidding. There is no Storm buff coming. Sorry. But yeah, I'm assuming you picked up Corvus for the 5-star, and then just a 6-star Aegon. That is a beautiful thing right there, dude. Very nice. Very, very nice. I feel like I read so much in this game and retain so little. Dude, it's just too much info. It's a lot of info, and a lot of it is very subtle. Like, for Wasp, you know, of course, you remember that her auto evade goes on cooldown after a heavy or a special. And that is something that you'll probably remember for as long as you're playing this game. But a little synergy that rarely comes up. There's no way. There's no way people are going to remember every little detail. I'm sure some people remembered that, but not every little detail. How's the best Killmonger player in MCOC? Miguel, you know, I don't like to come off cocky. I usually don't consider myself to be the best player at all. However, in this case, I think you're completely correct. Seeing as how I one-shot with a single hit, literal one-shot against the Collector, I accept the title of best Killmonger player in all of MCOC. I got Sorcerer Supreme, then it popped to 5 and got Omega Red. Wow, back to back. Congrats. GG, should I rank for my Cap Marvel unduped 5-star for 6.2 and above? I have Max Hype 5-star and rank 4 Cosmic Gem. Should I say for Corvus? I think Cap Marvel's a great champion. Do you have a Nick Fury? If you have Nick Fury, I would say definitely go for it. If you don't have Nick Fury, becomes a little bit more difficult to say. I mean, I think she's still a good champion and is still worth ranking up. However, you already have a hype. You already have a maxed out hype at that, so we're talking about an additional rank. And you don't already have Corvus Awakened that you could be saving for. It's a tough call, man. It's a tough call if you don't have Fury. I could see an argument being made for both, ranking her up or waiting. Might be a personal decision based on how much you like the champion. If you like her, it's definitely not a bad call, because she is a powerful champ, and at some point you will use her, you know. But yeah, you might have to just make that decision yourself. It can go either way. What I miss? How many tangents, Hunter? At least 14. And if you want, I can go on a tangent about tangents right now to make it an even 15, which is an odd number. Which, now that we talk about odds and evens, how do you guys think about it in the technical sense? Should I seriously continue that? No, I think I'm gonna stop. And you know what? I'm not gonna stop. In the technical sense, yeah, 15 is an odd number, right? But when counting by fives, I mean, because think about it, counting what is an even number really? It's counting by twos. Right? So what I mean, if we're just counting by a certain number, counting by an arena team of 3 champions, even if it ends on an odd number, right? We call it an even. Same thing for counting by fives or counting by tens. Although tens are always even, I guess. All right, I'm done. I'm sorry. You even intercepted him with a light attack. Mad skills. Hell yeah. Side note, by the way, I'm starting to intercept with light attacks with King Groot and starting to feel pretty good. I've tried light intercepting before, and champions that have a longer reach, I sometimes feel a little bit better about. So I've never really dedicated much time to Proxima, but I feel like because she has that longer reach on her light attack, if I ever wanted to get serious about playing Proxima, I would pick up and get a lot better at using Proxima, or just light intercepting with her. And I feel like the XL size champions, maybe they have a slightly larger light attack reach. That might be natural to them. So yeah, I think I'm gonna practice that a bit more whenever given the chance, because I just can't get the whole medium intercept thing down. Not only that, but certain opponents is so risky. Like if you try to medium intercept a Red Skull, for example, and he ends up blocking, I mean, in some content, you're taking crazy amounts of damage for that. It's just not worth doing. So I think if I want to get serious about improving my skills in this game, I feel like the next thing that I need to actually focus on would be light intercepts. I actually tried, this is like something that I wanted to do a long time ago, before my initial run in Labyrinth. Everyone's like, dude, you gotta learn how to intercept to do Labyrinth. Spoiler, you don't. Total BS. You do not need to learn how to intercept to do Labyrinth of Legends. But anyway, everyone's like, man, you gotta learn how to intercept. I'm like, oh man, but I suck at intercepting. So I sat there like one day just thinking like, all right, man, how do I do this? Maybe it's just a trick to it is just to use light attacks since they're a little bit faster. And I practiced for maybe, I don't know, 20 minutes. I didn't even really give it a lot of time. I was like, nah, I'm not gonna do this. I can't remember what else I tried, but I tried a couple of other things, and I ended up thinking, screw this. I'm just gonna bait out heavy attacks. And that's what I did, and it worked perfectly. So yeah. But eventually I feel like learning how to intercept, I mean, it's something I have to do. Kabam's throwing it more and more into these nodes. So yeah. Abdo got tagged by some alliance mates saying you were asking for me on call yesterday, but when I got there it seemed like you had enough people already. I'll join you for your next lane though. Okay. Yeah, dude, I mean, to be honest, at one point my initial thought was to keep it a little bit on the not so many people on call side of things. But then we started adding people, and it's almost like once you have a certain number of people on, you might as well just have everyone on. So yeah, I was basically, I tried to see if you were in the chat, but I guess you weren't. And Chris was here. I'm guessing Chris is the one that tagged you. Whenever I grab a banana these days, I see your face. Am I finally awake? You are. It's about time. We have much to do. Grab your banana. Let's go. For my Nexus, I got Red Hulk and Killmonger. I chose Killmonger. Did I choose right? There's no right or wrong answer between those two. They're both pretty good champions. If you had like a Domino or something like that, might have been better to go Red Hulk. If you have a Void, probably better to go Killmonger. And they're both just decent champions in their own right, outside of synergy purposes, but not quite game changers in most cases. So all that to say, you chose fine. Either way, it would have been good. What's an abyss? Good question. The abyss is something that you throw your resources into and hope to get a hope that the RNG gods are with you, and you get the right tier 5 class catalyst and or awakening gem. Imagine if Mag's post buff becomes a possible abyss option. That's hoping for a lot, but who knows? Yeah, I mean, I'm not expecting it, but you're right. There is a possibility. I don't really know what I'm expecting for Magneto. But yeah, we'll have to see. We're not far. We're not too far. I have rank 4 Doom, Squirrel, and Starkey. Which variant should I go for? Rank 4 Doom, Squirrel, and Starkey. Forget Doom, forget Squirrel. Stark Spidey, variant 3. You can use Stark Spidey with a Miles Morales and 3 other tech champions. And because in that variant, tech champions have extended debuff durations, you can spam Special 1 and Stun Lock. It was like hens clucking all at once on your stream yesterday. Yeah, something like that. A couple other people too. Apparently we're doing something important or something yesterday. I don't know. Seems like a lot of people for an arena stream. You know, sometimes it's good to have a lot of people on call for the arena. It's nice. All right, I think what I'm going to do is get to the 2.5 mil milestone in this arena. Then I'm going to bounce back to the other arena. And then I'm just going to wake up early enough that I can finish off both of these. Maybe I should just stay put here. I mean, it doesn't really matter, I guess. Yeah, maybe I'll just stay put in this arena. Whatever. Is 15 revives plus potions plus 800 units enough for 6.4 completion? It's kind of hard to say. Everyone's going to have a different experience going through those quests. Technically, it's possible to do some paths without using any items if you're really good and have the right champs. So the best thing to do is to take it one quest at a time. You know, knock out one path, and then if you use some resources, I mean, you know, you can kind of figure out if you're able to do another path with what you still have left. But what I'd recommend doing is just replenish those resources before you move on. Take things nice and slow. Should I rank 2 6-star long shot or rank 5 5-star clairvoyant or sorcerer supreme? None of them are awakened. I would stay away from long shot. No, I mean, you know, not forever. He's a fine enough champion, but just compared to those 3, I would say you'll be better off with Claire or sorcerer supreme. I don't know which one is better between all of them. I'd probably say Claire is the champion. Like, if I had all 3, I would probably use Claire the most, just because she has the different immunities and stuff like that. But I also do really like sorcerer supreme. You could take your pick, but I probably lean more towards Claire. The Joel line sighting was the best part though. Missed that guy? Yeah, dude, definitely, man. I miss him too. Realm of Legends with Warlock 4-star rank 4. Is that crazy? I didn't use any potions or revives. Is that impressive? Well done, man. Yeah, 4-star rank 4. Did great. Cut off for X23 5-star. Probably just a tad over 30 mil, if I had to guess. It's a little bit hard to say because of the dual arenas going on. The scores might be lower than usual. I'd imagine they would be a little bit lower than usual. But if there wasn't 2 arenas, then I would guess her cutoff would be a little over 30. And it's possible there still might be 150 people that would put up that kind of score. I imagine those people that would put up a score like that for X23 are probably the same types of people that are just bouncing between, you know, all 8 of the arenas though, and just trying to maximize unit gains. So I could see her having an insanely low cutoff of like 20 mil, or 18 mil or something like that. But yeah, don't really know. BG, the cruelty mastery is super important. I wouldn't say super important, but it's something that I recommend everybody invest in. Yeah. It gets crit damage rating, gets hit with diminishing return fairly quickly, where you don't gain a ton like after you get to a certain level, but crit damage is also, it makes up such a crazy amount of the overall damage that champions do, that just maximizing the damage that you get out of crits is recommended. Yeah, definitely recommend unlocking it when you can. Stroking my saber sent it over buck saying, when is the Abyss stream? I would have been burnt out and took a break after the Abyss. Respect for staying committed, BG. Dude, burnt out? First off, I don't know the meaning. Second, we're only 1 out of 5 done, dude. You kidding me? We can't quit 20% into the Abyss. I have a lot more work to do. This ain't over, man. This ain't over. Now is not the time. Now is the time to kick things in overdrive. I didn't get what I wanted out of the first run, so I gotta do 4 more. No, in all seriousness, I mean, I do, we were talking about this a little bit earlier. Of course I do want to 100% the Abyss, but I am going to be clearing the other content that's coming out first. So putting my focus on the Summer of Pain Variant 5, the boss rushes, the Cavalier difficulty, all that stuff. But in the background, I will be grinding away. I will still be planning on hopping into the Abyss as soon as possible to get more of it complete. Are you excited? You get to face the Collector below 20% 4 more times. I am excited, believe it or not. I just wasn't playing the fight the correct way. It's still going to be a nightmare. It's still going to be challenging, but I was playing it very wrong. And it's just one of those things, you know. I'm streaming for 10 hours by this point, or close to it, right? 9 and change by the time I got to the final phases of the Collector. And I didn't read through his abilities completely, and I wasn't comprehending what, you know, it just wasn't the ideal situation to take on such a ridiculous challenge of the Collector. So I am excited to go back in and just have a better run at it. Like, round 2 will probably be really fun for me for the Collector. I'm not talking about every single fight in there, but I'm looking forward to that rematch. And then rounds 3 through 5, probably not so much. I'll probably hate it then, because no matter what, I'm still going to use a lot of resources, and that's just going to be a lot of time spent, you know, collecting these resources to get through it. But yeah, round 2, I'm pumped. Okay, Fubuki, I don't know if I said your name correctly. Hope I didn't mess it up too much. Sent over 5 of them PNs. Thank you very much. Saying, hey BG, yesterday was incredible. Thanks to your run, I finally tried beating the Collector to get uncollected, and after a lot of revives, I got it. Nice, man. Congrats on the fresh, uncollected title. Good stuff. Man, that fight I just did was a little bit wild. I was like dashing back at all the wrong times. But yeah, Kabuki. That is awesome, man. Again, I hope I didn't mess up your name, but congrats. Uncollected is, in some ways, in a lot of ways, probably more important to get than the calf title even, you know? The progression you get from it is pretty solid. Yeah, man, thank you very much once again as well. This isn't Path 2 of the Abyss. I demand Path 2 immediately or I'm unsubbing. Fitz. Well, it was nice while it lasted. Because I ain't doing the Abyss right now, at least. I don't know when I'll be ready for Path 2. I'm really still hoping to pull Aegon, of course. Like, I can't tell you guys just how much faster it's going to make 100% clearing it if I can get a rank 3 Aegon. Whew. So much faster. I still don't have the tier 5 class catalyst, the skill, but I'm halfway there, so. Just got to get him awakened. That's how I see it. Yo, BG, did I ever tell you my pizza joke? Never mind, it's too cheesy. They're all too cheesy. Boo. And I even read that before you sent over the buck. Thank you for that, but boo, man. Don't disrespect pizza like that. Disgust me. So curious about your boss rush plan / strategy, or are you keeping that top secret away from the competition? Are you talking about the Summoner Showdown? Because the boss rush is different. The boss rush is not the competition part. For the boss rush, I'm just gonna casually go through it. I don't expect it to be too big a deal. The Summoner Showdown, I don't really have a strategy because we don't know the nodes and stuff like that these champions have. So I haven't really spent any time thinking about it. I have one champion in mind that, well, I have a few champions in mind, but it's kind of silly to even mention them since we don't know the nodes. They might not even be anything possible to use. So we'll just have to wait and see. But I'll likely stream attempts. You know, I'm gonna have that disadvantage of not being able to hide any info if I'm streaming attempts, but I don't really care so much about that. I'd like to do well in the competition. I'd like to do well in the Summoner Showdown, but at the same time, like, I don't know, man. I want to stream it, so yeah. I feel like just streaming and doing things with you guys is more important than pretty much anything else in this game. The only things that I wouldn't stream is basically like live Alliance War, because I feel like that's disrespectful to the 29 other people in my alliance. At least when it's like a close war. If it's a war that, you know, off season or we're up or something like that, then whatever, I'll stream. But that's probably the only thing that I wouldn't do on stream, just so I had full focus. Anyway, Stroke My Saber sending over a buck saying, BG, was your hype man when you were reading super chats at the end to hear my name and the number of people and hype at the end? Oh, dude, yeah. I was wondering, I didn't realize we were talking about for a second there. But yeah, dude, you did send over a bunch of messages like 5K in here, 5.2, 5.5, all that. Thank you, man. I was right, man. I mean, yeah, I pieced it together. Slight typo, but I got it. Yeah, dude. Hyping it up. Thank you, man. BG, the Hubs dreamt about you last night. What's your secret? Because he doesn't dream about me at all. Pixie Bell, get yourself a rainbow wig. Oh, yeah. BG, which 5 stars should I rank for first? I have Stark, Spidey, Venom, Medusa, Man-Thing, and Proxima all ready to go to rank 4, all unawakened. As much as I love Man-Thing, I would cross him off the list. I would also cross Proxima off your list. I would probably lean more towards Stark, Spidey, or Venom. Medusa's cool, and you should get her ranked up at some point, but from my personal experience, I actually use Venom more than I use Medusa. Although, to be fair, I'm using Medusa almost every Alliance war, and it feels great using her. I used her for like 5 fights this war or something. I loved it. Anyway, in general questing content, I feel like Venom, his sustainability from eating buffs and just the amount of things that he can counter is great. You might not be ready for Variant 2 yet, or you might be, I don't know. But he was also really good for that. He might be good for Variant 5 as well. We'll have to see. Stark Spidey, it's great for Variant 3, and Stark Spidey is also great for the Collector. I don't know if you've already faced the Collector or what, but he's good for the Collector. He's also just a good champion in general. But if you have not done the Collector yet, I would seriously consider ranking him up just to help with that alone. So yeah, I would probably recommend one of those 2 champs though. Stark Spidey or Venom. BG, why are you grinding Sassy again? I'm just getting Miles Jones. That's all there is to it. Not even in a Sasquatch arena right now. You get another compensation reward for becoming uncollected? I believe so. That might be over. I'm not sure if that's still a thing, but you did get different rewards based on title, or different compensation based on title, and you would get it again for upgrading the title. BG, what music do you listen to? I listen to a lot of different types of music. Metal is what I listen to the most. I'd say a good, I want to say about 60 to 70% of the time I'm listening to metal. Actually, probably closer to 50 to 60% of the time, because I mix it up a pretty good amount. But yeah, half the time listening to metal, and then the rest of it split between all kinds of stuff. Probably a solid chunk of that is just video game music. I would say a good maybe 30% of all my music listening is to video game music. Part of that is for video making purposes. I definitely listen to more video game music after starting this YouTube channel. I don't often include music in the videos, but I like fantasize about it. That might be too strong of a word, I don't know, but I love the idea of making these videos that have these like music for the background. Like the video that I just posted, like about the Summoner Showdown. I've been waiting to use that song for so long. You guys don't even know. There's been like 4 or 5 different videos that I've wanted to use that song for, and I just never made the videos because it's time consuming. It's tough to make videos like that. But yeah, I finally found the opportunity to do it, and there's dozens and dozens of songs that I just have lined up and just like waiting for the right opportunity. And it's a lot easier to kind of to think about something to make versus actually making it, right? I'm sure everyone in here has thought about doing something really cool that you haven't done, right? Even if it's something as simple as like, yeah, I think about working out all the time, but I don't do it. So that's how it is with making videos. I listen to a lot of music, just a lot of video game remixes, because it's copyright free when it's a remix version. At least the actual video game music you can't always include in videos. Like a lot of time, most of the times you can't. Actually, those channels get shut down, and especially Square Enix does not want you using any of their music at all. It's kind of understandable. I mean, they pay these guys lots of money to make this music, and they're not getting any money for you just using their creation. It's legit. It's just it's frustrating because, you know, I don't know, it's just frustrating. you want to use that music, right? Just like any music, but at the same time I understand it. All right, anyway, Big Red sent over another 5, saying hashtag mod fits. Oh man, Big Red getting on the mod fits train too. I'll explain it one more time, since you haven't been around since the mod fits train started. Fitz may be a mod one day. Good dude. But at the moment, there's already a lot of blue names, and I can't add more, otherwise I'll get accused of only reading blue names and nothing else. Big Red sent over another 5, saying, I see what Pixie is talking about. This tangent. What did Pixie say? What did Pixie say? Or is it just in general what Pixie says? Pixie's always talking about my tangents. I don't even see a recent comment. I guess this is just talking about my tangents in general. Aha! And he just sent over another 5 confirming it, just generalizing. Alright, yeah. I can't help it. It's never gonna stop, so get used to it. Oh man. Abdo, what are these fake read last bucks? What is this? BG, if you have to take a sentinel on lane 1 with recovery, buffet, and Lionheart, Medusa should shut down all that completely, right? Yes. Yeah. Yeah, you'll have to deal with he's gonna heal initially because of the Furies before you get the armor shatter going, but I'm 99% sure it'll shut it down. Here, okay, hold on. Let's go to Alliance War real quick. What node was it? I think it was Rage. Those nodes might already be down. Let me take a peek. Yeah, I think Rage is down. I think it was the fight like right here. Whoops. Not mean to click that. Or maybe it was this one? Oh, here it is. Okay, so just be careful about stuff like this, I would say. See the bottom of Rage here? Ability accuracy modification doesn't affect this node. As long as it doesn't have a clause like that. Or I actually fought a on this node here, I fought a vision. Let me see if, oh, you know what I could have done? Hold on. Let's pop back in. View defense. They probably haven't cleared it yet. Nope, they did clear it. All right, let me check a different battle group. Okay. Aspect of evolution. This is what I was looking for. Whenever this defender feels a bar of power, they raise their attack, armor, critical rating, crit resistance, block penetration, combat power rate, and ability accuracy. I actually did not realize that aspect of evolution affected ability accuracy. Who knew? And if we check out Medusa, I thought she just shuts down robots, period. That's it. Like, it's just a guaranteed shutdown, like the guaranteed crits of Corvus. But no, it reduces it. It reduces their ability accuracy by 100%. So because they were gaining ability accuracy from the aspect of evolution, the abilities would sometimes work. So just be cautious of stuff like that. I don't think any of those nodes have any of those ability accuracy claims to them. I don't think Sentinel has that either in his abilities. But if you want to be absolutely sure, you just, you know, comb the abilities and descriptions for stuff like that. All right. Anyway, Stroke My Saber sent over another buck saying, I feel if Pixie Belle was a mod again and you see blue, you would still ignore her messages, BG. So meaning Fitz can't possibly be a mod. I ignore everyone's messages. Laura's in here right now, I see. I probably ignored a bunch of her messages too. I was really that far up in chat. Wow, it's a long tangent. Yeah, it doesn't matter. The video you made when we were in Florida was amazing. Yeah, that's right. I synced that one up to... That was a fun one. It was not fun to make. But that was a song that I wanted to use for a while as well. That one wasn't video game music, but it was a different song that I knew I could use, so. Everybody gets ignored, man. It's just, it's not realistic. It's not possible. If you guys, I mean, I don't know if you guys watch other streams. Outside of MCOC. Or even just other streams, period. Even in the MCOC. Man, messages, they don't get read that much. Like, if you guys watch, I don't know, Fortnite or something like that. I've never really watched a Fortnite stream, to be honest. But if you do, I guarantee you they're not sitting there reading messages. The streams that I like to watch sometimes are like the Super Mario ROM hacks. Messages don't get read there, man. They're focused on the game. Warcraft 3 was another one that I watched. Messages weren't getting read between games sometimes, but dude, it's like just impossible. It's literally impossible. So it might be frustrating that a lot of messages don't get read in here, but the percentage, the overall percentage, the overall just number of messages that I actually can read while playing this game is like astronomical compared to the average stream. Brian, my girlfriend's... Wait, Tom sent over a buck. And I don't like the start of this message. Whenever it's something with the girlfriend, this is not going to be good. Brian, my girlfriend's skirt was getting a lot of attention and looks as we walked through the mall, which made me very uncomfortable. To be honest, I thought it suited me. It took me a minute to get it. Oh my god! I thought it was something to do with a suit. What's the ruling? Am I still allowed to boo it if I didn't get the joke for what felt like an entire minute? Yeah, I'm still gonna boo it. Boo! Boo. Damn you, Tom. Exotic Stench sending over another 5 saying, do great at messages, BG. That's why we keep coming back. Hashtag don't mention Fortnite again. Man. Sorry. Fortnite is very dividing. polarizing is the right word, I guess. I don't care that people like it. It's fine. I know some people really don't like it, though. I've never played it, though. But anyway. Have you watched any other streams, BG? You're the only one who wears a bald cap fits. Good point. Very good point. Exotic Stench, thank you again, by the way. BG, what are those numbers in the bottom left corner? Those are predictions. They're probably not very accurate. Unfortunately, I usually try to get them to be a little bit closer. They're never going to be perfect because it's just guesswork, really, based on past cutoffs and things like that. But yeah, it's the estimated cutoffs to get the champion in the arena. So the top one there with a Nihilus, if you're grinding for a Nihilus in the basic arena, he's going to go for approximately 1.7. Also important to note, these are not target numbers to shoot for. You should be aiming higher than these numbers in general. But like I said, this round, not super accurate. So, a Nihilus, I mean, the Nihilus one's probably not too far off. He's probably going to go for like 1.6 more realistically. And then, yeah, Sasquatch for the 5-star, approximately 70 mil. For the 4-star, approximately 12. And 3-star, approximately 1.3. Those ones are probably overshot numbers. Those probably will be lower numbers realistically. Enzo, what's up, dude? Good morning, BG. Do you like that prestige is a component of this game? It seems very random. I do like it. Yeah, it gives some. It makes certain champions interesting. I guess I don't know. Maybe the better way of putting it is like this. I like having to make tough decisions. Like, I don't know if you were around when we were talking about it. You might have been, that might have been sleep time for you. But I was kind of talking, I just put the question out there in the Alliance chat if I should rank up Invisible Woman. She doesn't have the highest prestige. If she had higher prestige, maybe it would be worth ranking up. But that's kind of the decision you have to make. Like, do you want this champion that can help you get through this area of the game, or do you want a champion that maybe is not going to be the most helpful in questing, but it's a help to gaining more rewards? So are you willing to make that sacrifice? So in general, I like it. I don't like, the part that I don't like is it feels like Kabam has gone away from making it possible to keep up without spending. When it came to the 5-stars, it felt much more realistic. Even then, it was tough, very tough to keep up without spending, but it was a realistic thing. First off, there was an arena to target 5-star champions, to target someone with high prestige. There is nothing like that for 6-stars at the moment. And then 6 stones were, again, difficult to get, but at least possible. And if you played your cards right, and made sure to be very careful about how you used your 6 stones, it was at least possible to be within reach of the highest guys. I do also like how Kabam, they're trying to find ways to make it so that prestige is not the most important thing. Like the epic modifiers, you get tier 5 class catalysts out of them, like more so out of the epic modifiers than you do from the top prestige things, right? So, but I do like that it exists, even though right now I'm feeling super far behind, man. For a reason, I am super far behind, at least compared to the Alliance, you know. How would you feel having a daily ISO quest mainly targeted for beginner players, but just like the other daily quests, ISO? This question comes up every so often, and my feeling on it has pretty much stayed the same. I don't generally think it's a good idea, unless it gave a ton of ISO, which if it's going to give a ton of ISO, it needs to be through the sigil, I think. The same way the gold quest, where it's just a single fight and you're given a lot of gold for doing that fight. where it's essentially like a freebie, but it's something you have to do. If they did that for ISO and added that to the sigil, fine. Or even if they just added it to that gold pool. You're already going to do this gold pool fight. Just give him random ISO bricks too, or like as a one-time reward. But the reason why I don't think it's good for the majority of players, even beginning players, unless it gave a crazy amount of it, is because I think it would send people in the wrong direction. The way to get ISO is by popping crystals open. That should be every player's goal, is just to pop more crystals open. If you're targeting what's essentially like the bonus from opening up a crystal, without actually getting more champions to use, it's not good. The arena is going to be far more beneficial for a player who needs ISO than an ISO quest would be. I get how some people don't like the arena, and maybe they would rather auto fight through a quest that would give them some ISO instead, but realistically, you're not doing yourself any favors by choosing a quest like that over an area like the arena, or just some other quest that would give crystals. If Kabam wants to add more quests to give more crystals and things like that, sure, let that be the way to give more ISO. But no, I don't think it's. I think players would hurt themselves more than they help themselves with an ISO quest. Cross-contamination of flavors. Hunter. BG has a sensitive digestive system. On their own, they're fine. Together, boom. What is Hunter saying? What is this? Why not both fits? What was Fitz's last question now? Alright, hold on. I have to find this. Tough decision, like whether to have beans or bananas for breakfast. Oh, good call. You know what? They should be separated, man. Well, as long as you have the bananas first, you're fine. You do not want to have them together. But if you have the bananas first and then the beans, you'll have a good time. Other way around, your stomach will hate you. Just pulled 4th 6-star Dormammu. Okay. Not a terrible champion to get. Doesn't need to be awakened to be played offensively. I don't know if you'll have any use for him, but I wouldn't be too mad at that pull, to be honest. BG, been following you way before you did Labyrinth with Gwenpool. Finally got around to exploring and on the 7th path. And even though it's only Labyrinth, I'm hyped. Oh, dude, you should be hyped. That's awesome, man. Good stuff. Let me say congratulations early here for you. Labyrinth is still a huge deal, man. I tried going back in there after the completion, and I've done, well, like 2.5 extra paths, like 3 paths extra maybe. I think I did 2 extra completions and 2 half completions, and it's still tough, man. It is a grueling task to get through Labyrinth. I am taking a lot of reflected damage. Please die to this. Thank you. Okay, but hear me out, BG. Not everyone has every champion duped, and also not everyone saves their crystals for a big opening. Yeah, that's even more incentive, dude, to be hitting the arena. You don't need to save your crystals. Some people think it's better to even just pop crystals as you get them, even just for the purpose of ISO. I disagree with that, but the point is, I don't think that matters much. Like hoarding, I don't think matters much until you get to the high levels of the game where when you open up a premium hero crystal, most of the time it's going to be a dupe. But yeah, even for newer players, like, I'm telling you, if like, let's say Kabam wants to, let's say players are not getting enough ISO, all right? Because that's the real problem here, right? You're just not happy with my answer to saying I don't think there should be an ISO quest. I'm not opposed to Kabam just straight up adding ISO to other things. If they just straight up add, because they did it before, they added a bunch of ISO to Act 1. If they update those early quests, if they update the normal difficulty of the monthly event quest, they can update all these areas and add more ISO. That's fine with me. If players need ISO, sure. But to have a dedicated quest where someone's going to choose to spend their time in that quest, where the only progression you get is ISO, that is a waste of time. And that is going to steer players in the wrong direction. That is going to set them up for failure because they're not going to be getting these crystals to expand their roster so that they can get ISO from future crystals. They're just going to be further and further behind. BG just got Warlock as my first 5-star from the compensation rewards. Whoa, jackpot, dude. First 5 stars Warlock? That is a sick first 5-star, man. Congrats. Hey Brain, what do you think is the cutoff for Domino? Domino, I think, is going to be around 1.7, 1.8. I think if you, I don't really see her going above 2 million. It's always impossible to say 100% for sure, but I don't think she's going to go above 2. How about people just STFU about ISO and do arena like everyone else? I mean, I don't think that's, I think it's fair that people have ISO concerns. I don't think people need to just hop in the arena. But like I said, there should be other ways to generate ISO besides a dedicated ISO quest. If they could add it to a bunch of areas. If they wanted to add it to all right, let's say, because we can come up with like a dozen solutions. I'm not going to come up with a dozen just because the tangent will be too long, but let's say Kabam wanted to add an objective that came around. Maybe it wasn't a daily objective. Maybe they had I guess they already have a weekly one. They could add a monthly, or they could just expand the weeklies and say to complete something else, you'll get ISO or something like that. Like they could add it there. They can, when they update the solo events, they could add more ISO here, right? Because these things, they are getting updated. We don't know what the updates are going to look like, but they said they're going to add 5-star SIGs, right? So maybe they add ISO here. Again, the event quests, they could add things to that. And ideally, they don't just add ISO. Ideally, they do add actual crystals, because then you get the best of both worlds. You get to expand your roster, and when you dupe them, you get ISO. But again, if people really just wanted ISO, or like I said, they already did it for Act 1. We already know they're working on other acts as well. I just don't think they've gotten around to them. They could do it through titles. All right, that's probably enough. The point is, I think it's fair to say you need more ISO as a player. Just the idea of an ISO quest is not the answer. Doesn't hurt to have a dedicated ISO quest, BG. All other quests will still be there, so it won't affect it. A CAV player need Mystic ISO, but can't get a Mystic dupe for a month nearly. I guess we'll just have to agree to disagree, man, because it would take time away from doing the other things in this game, is my point. The quest will still be there, yeah, but it's going to send players in the wrong direction. But hey, we'll agree, disagree. There's not much else to really say about it, so. Thanks, BG. We'll use the 3-4 tech gem on classic Ultron. It's been my inventory forever. Often go over your vids to help with content. Well, whoa. Oh, wait. Oh, a rank up gem. Okay. All right. That's fine. I thought you were saying awakening gem. I was like, he's not that good of a champ. But, yeah. Well, okay. So about Ultron, just to be clear here, I don't think Ultron's too good of a champion. If you want to do it for fun, I 100% support that decision. If you want to rank up that Ultron because you think he's gonna help you out in a quest, probably not gonna help you out too much. So just keep that in mind. If you're doing it for fun, it's all good. Eventually, I actually want to awaken that Ultron just for collection purposes, just to have the silver stars, but I'll save that for a long while. BG stopped himself mid-tangent? How's that even possible? Oh, the tangent was already... I didn't really stop. It was... it already went past its... I probably said too much. That's what I'm getting at. ABG Labyrinth question. Why do opponents evade against Nick Fury even when he has 5+ charges and also nodes stun him? Labyrinth is different. I don't really know. Things just work differently in Labyrinth. They were just coded differently. I don't know why it's that way. Maybe it's supposed to just be like this extra special challenge is the only thing I could think of. But it doesn't really say it too clearly in the node descriptions. Unless I missed it, but I don't think I did. It's been a long time since I've read them, but that's just kind of the way Labyrinth is. It's weird. I don't necessarily hate that it works that way. But I wish it was more clearly stated how it works. If you're supposed to have this super special evade that can't be countered, at least tell the players that. Because otherwise, people can rank up champions thinking, oh, this will be a great option for this. And surprise, surprise, maybe not. Now, I believe certain things do work to stop the evade. Like, I think Proxima can stop it. So it's very strange the way it works. Thoughts on Morningstar? Pulled her from the 5-star Nexus. Morningstar is a cool champion. Slightly situational. Slightly situational because it's a real pain in the ass to build her up. And get 5 souls, and even when you have 5 souls, she doesn't work for every situational, every situation. I meant to say not situational, but she is a valuable champion to have. I've got one at rank 5 with no regrets on that, even though I don't use her a ton. Rather than asking for more ISO, people should be looking to better manage their resources. For example, waiting for level up to level up champions or using the login crystals as a way to target ISO. Yeah, there's definitely some truth to that for sure. Solar Flare. I mean, it's a bit of both. Sometimes, no matter how well you optimize something, there's just not enough. I mean, there's always ways to get ice. Like, if you're willing to grind it out, there is unlimited ISO. But, you know, at some point, you definitely say the ratios of obtaining things are off. I don't know how ISO is a little bit difficult to attach a number to. But we can see that with other things like, let's say, 6-star Sig Stones, right? It's very clear that they're just like impossible to get, and the balance between, you know, having to spend money to get them versus being able to grind them, to me at least, is a very clear, like, something's wrong here. ISO, there could be something wrong there that needs to be adjusted. A little bit hard to say. But there's definitely room for people to better optimize and get ISO that way as well. So, yeah. Honestly, don't remember the last time I was under 2k ISO in the overflow. Just sold all my basic ISO and still have 3k plus in the overflow of just class stuff. Well, you grind arena though, Abdo. You grind a lot of arena. To give an example, B Manny just the other week said he was completely out of ISO. He had 0. And I don't know how much arena he grinds. I know he grinds a fair bit though. So how much are players expected to grind in order to keep up with those needs? A little bit hard to say. Something else that just in terms of like managing other resources, let's talk about gold really quick. Because I mean, gold and ISO kind of go hand in hand, and I've never really had ISO problems, but I have been low on gold, which if I'm low on gold, then I'm probably also low on ISO because I need to sell ISO to get gold, right? So it kind of sucks, but one of the ways I was thinking to better manage my gold resource was to go for some of the less oh man, what's the right way of even saying it? I don't know what to call it, but like I normally pick up a bunch of tier 4 basics and tier 1 alphas, and I just like ranking up lots of champions, right? But one of the ways that I could save gold is by picking up things like the tier 5 basic instead. And although, yeah, it costs a lot to rank up champions with these resources too, it was actually less gold overall, ranking up fewer higher level champions compared to ranking up many lower level ones. You know, like there's a bunch of ways to kind of optimize things. So there's probably room for Kabam to add more ISO for players, but there's probably also a pretty fine balance where there has to be some decision making. There has to be some responsibility on the player side to make sure they're doing making the right decisions and stuff like that. It's both is what I'm saying. On that note though, it's time to head out of here. I have 1,000 gold right now. Do you literally just have 1,000 gold, Hunter? Oh my goodness. Rip any rank ups that you have to do. For my own account, I don't have enough champs ranked to a worthwhile time in the arena, so my milestones are a tough thing to hit in a regular fashion. I hear you, man. I hear you. This is also one of the reasons why I actually want to see Kabam do something through the sigil. Like I said, I think there's room for Kabam to add stuff for free as well, if they want to add things to like the monthly event quest or objectives or events. But especially if you're willing to pay to get the sigil, throw something on in that, just add it to the gold pool quest. Literally just throw, it doesn't even need to be a ton, but if you're doing that quest for gold anyway, toss out a rainbow of ISO bricks. Just like a couple of the big ISO bricks each time you complete it. Like let's say, yeah, let's literally say like 2 of the larger ISO bricks. Because what, is it on a weekly cooldown or is it like 3-day cooldown? I don't know. That's one of the things I would do though. I would for sure do that. When it comes to adding things through like the quests and stuff, it's a little bit harder to say like what's right. But if someone's paying, like if I was the person in charge of God All of Kabam. I don't know. If I was Kabam and someone's paying me $10 to get the sigil, I'd be like, yeah, let's give these guys a little bit more ISO through the gold quest at least. All right, anyway, on that note, it's late. A subject that I didn't think we'd be talking about much, ended up talking about for 20 minutes or something. Exotic Stench, thank you very much for being tonight's biggest D. And thank you to everyone else, just for hanging out in general, and the other people who sent over super chats and all that. Always appreciated, guys. I'm back tomorrow, normal time. I've got to do a day stream here at some point to finish up the side quest of the month. Probably not tomorrow, but maybe tomorrow. I don't know. 25 class ISO each? No, that's too much. You're talking about, I mean, that's 150 ISO bricks a week that you'd get. No. I wouldn't do that. But I would add some. Okay, anyway. Good night, guys.